Well, that's not the only piece of news that has come out over the last couple of days. Our friend of the show, Mark Caboli, was also on 93.7 The Fan, talking a little bit about whether or not TJ Watt should be moved around the lineup. Now,
Yes.
he had this to say, quote, I don't know how much he, as in TJ Watt, wants to do that. I think partially it has to do with him. He just likes coming from, I mean, you remember his rookie year. He was on the other side, didn't like it. They flipped him and Bud Dupree, and then all of a sudden, he took off. So Mark Caboli saying that TJ Watt might be the person that is moving TJ Watt around the defensive structure. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Kaboli always. Actually, what he said to me today as I left the facility was, "You want to know what my favorite thing to do at night was?" I said, "What, Mark?" He said, "To lay there and look at all your Facebook things and all the people telling you that you suck in the comments." I said, "I appreciate it. I'm glad that you find some joy." Kaboli's a character, my friend. He'll appreciate that we're talking about him today for sure. I I don't disagree with this. I would imagine TJ is a little bit resistant, but I think at some point Mike Tomlin has to make the move and just say, "Look, dude, we have to do this. Like you have to. It can't be permanent. It'll come in small doses, but it will open up so much more, and that's almost mandatory at this point. Like TJ Watt is just being taken out of football games, and if he's going to remain a superstar, because that's it. Now's the question. Now the question's here, like." TJ is being game planned against in a way that's working. Can you change that? Can you stop that? Teams are putting their entire effort into stopping TJ Watt. Well, TJ Watt's going to have to be a game wrecker in the playoffs. TJ Watt's going to have to be a game wrecker down this stretch. That can't change. The only thing that can change is where you put him to make him a game wrecker. And the Steelers, they have to make that mandatory. They have to look at this. Long gone are the days of waiting in long lines at midnight to get the best deals on your favorite things on Black Friday. Now, all you got to do is check out my partners, DraftKings Sportsbook, who have touchdowns on sale all weekend long. Now, that's something to get excited about. Did you think that was it? Well, right now, all new DraftKings customers who bet just $5 will get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Just download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and sign up using my promo code ALLSTEELERS. The crown is yours. That's right. Check out the DraftKings Sportsbook app all weekend long to stay up to date on all of the touchdown offers available. And don't forget to stay in on the action and use your $150 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot on an even bigger payout. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use my promo code ALLSTEELERS and bet just $5 on any wager and get $150 in bonus bets if your bet wins. That's promo code ALLSTEELERS only at DraftKings Sportsbook. And say, TJ, there's not really a choice right now. Like the choice is you either beat double teams every single play, which isn't going to happen, or you jump to the other side of the offensive line, or you go in the middle of the offensive line and you rush the quarterback from a different position. And again, it's not easy. I don't expect a bunch of success from it, but if TJ can find some success, if he can beat the other side of the line just a little bit and kind of force the offense's hand to say we have to protect that side as well, then I think that makes a massive difference for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I do think that TJ probably is putting some pushback on this. I don't know that for sure, but I think the Steelers have to kind of suck it up and say, hey, dude, look, it doesn't matter. You have to do this. There's really no question about it.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, TJ Watt has always said that he's a team player.
Yeah.
That's what you're going to need to do to be a team player. You're going to need to be a little bit more of an impact player because the last couple of weeks he hasn't been, which is weird. It is new territory for him. But if the Steelers continue to run him on the same side and we continue to see the status quo of what we saw in Cleveland, of what we saw against Baltimore, then at the end of the day, it's arrogance. It's arrogance from the Steelers thinking, hey, we can allow teams to just completely take TJ Watt out of the game because we think we're that good with the other 10 players on the field. And sometimes they might be, but sometimes they just aren't. They weren't for certain situations against the Browns. I mean, 1 sack for 0 yards, 0 negative yards, I should say, on Jameis Winston when he had been sacked over 3.5 times per game. It's just not getting the job done. So if that's what it takes to get TJ Watt more involved, to get TJ Watt to get to the quarterback a little bit more often, then that's what you have to do, whether TJ likes it or not, and whether the Steelers defensive coordinators or defensive players like it or not. If that's what it takes, it's what it takes, and you have to do it.
I agree. You have to sit here and say what is best for the team, what is most difficult for offenses to stop. That is what's most difficult for offenses to stop. The Pittsburgh Steelers can't ignore it anymore. It's time to implement it more. I mean, everybody on the outside is screaming it. Mike Tomlin is well aware of it. It is now time to make that adjustment. Will they? I don't think so. But it's time for them to do so.